We're currently at the point where human beings don't actually understand artificial intelligence. I was reflecting on your question about jobs and the changing nature of jobs because I think most of the narrative has been steered towards a certain, se- series of directions that are a little bit limited, in my opinion. So what I mean by that is there's been a lot of scaremongering. Everybody's going to lose their jobs
I
because of AI.
agree.
And I don't agree with that point, right?
Correct.
I think
Correct. I'm
that
very optimistic about
yeah,
job growth
I
because
am
of
I am
AI.
too. And I think what makes me optimistic is we've done a huge amount of work looking at the person's job or series of activities. And on one hand, there's a really interesting analysis that we did based on ONET that looked at an activity level and the degree to which those activities can be either automated or augmented. And the numbers are staggering. It's anywhere, up to 40 to 60% of these activities can be automated or augmented.
Wow.
Take that augmented part of it, though. Don't ignore that augmented part of it. How can AI create, kind of super versions of ourselves where we are still doing our jobs, but we're doing them so much better? This is a very exciting possibility. But what it requires is that we don't apply technology in the way that we've always done it, which is taking my job as fixed, taking my set of activities as fixed, and just applying technology to those activities to make me a little bit faster, a little bit cheaper. This is taking us down a downward spiral of eventually AI is getting good enough to be able to replace that kind of activity if we look at it that way. If we instead look at the processes within companies and actually redesign them based on what is possible now with the combination of technologies and change the way we work, suddenly we get to a whole host of exciting possibilities. And we've done this actually in area by area across an enterprise to redesign those jobs
How
based on the
exciting.
technology. And those jobs, excitingly for workers, are better jobs. They're more exciting jobs. The easy example being you're taking all of the sort of mundane, repetitive tasks. This is what, even traditional AI does very well. You're taking those off my desk and allowing me to focus on the things that I really want to do. I think marketing is a really good example of this, where if you look at what a brand manager has to do today, the difficulty for the brand manager or the marketer today is a proliferation of channels and a proliferation of consumers who all want a message that is personal, an experience that is personal to them. And so over time, we've seen marketers go more and more into that vein of having to step away from the creative, from the strategy, and focus
Yep.
instead on project management.
Correct.
Now, if AI is taking on that project management, and we have actually been building tools and demonstrating entire workflows for a marketer that show how the AI can be my friend, my co-pilot, my assistant, my agent along the way across that entire workflow, suddenly I don't have to manage all of these different projects because the AI is helping me do that. I can go back to focusing on being what I want to be as a marketer, which is creative and a strategist.
That sounds really promising. And frankly speaking, the list of benefits that you laid out just moments ago is just super encouraging. I love all of that. But what are the drawbacks of artificial intelligence as it relates specifically to the consumer segment? If you were going to say, if you're going to name one like major drawback as it relates to artificial intelligence and consumer products, what would you say the drawback, that one big drawback is?
That we're currently at the point where human beings don't actually understand artificial intelligence. And therefore, and this manifests in a number of different ways. So, when we kind of AI used to be fairly simple, it was sort of rules based. It was using massive amounts of data, but we defined those rules. Then we entered the world of deep learning, where that's where my understanding actually stops, right? Because it is creating answers out of that construct that I can't trace back. It's a little bit of a black box. And then you move ahead towards AI being able to do creation through Gen AI off the back of what's happening in deep learning, and you get to a very complicated world. You don't, well, I don't anyway. Maybe there are people out there who have brains that work that way. I think human beings inherently cannot understand what the AI is doing there. Though we have built it ourselves and we put our own construct around it. This is a danger. And I don't like to speak about the danger a lot because, like you, I'm an optimist. But I would say that there's a caution for human beings in terms of what we need to do in order for this to be a productive thing for society and a positive thing for society, which is we have to understand and continually learn about it.